So 2 hours, that should bring us right up to Highway 5. So from the Jasper National Park, we should go through Mount Robson National Park all the way to Highway 5 and then head south. This video is brought to you by Setco Transportation. Setco is hiring Class 1 drivers in British Columbia and Alberta. Actually, a lot more than that, but that's not part of the ad read. I'll get to that in a few minutes. To apply, go to setco.ca, use promo code JuanFan, and get an extra $100 on your payday. First payday. Good morning, June 30th, 9:24 a.m. local time here, 8:24 for me, British Columbia time, 11 degrees Celsius. We are on Highway 16 in Alberta, westbound, heading into Jasper National Park. This is part one of two parts. I'll just do a continuous one take for 2 hours straight and split it up into two videos. One today, one for tomorrow. So gorgeous day over here. A little bit of clouds here and there. Maybe there's some more heavier clouds in Jasper there, but we'll see. Park gate 2 kilometers. Okay, so I'll get back to the Setco's hiring lots of jobs. If you go to the link down below in my description and I think it's careers or something, there's a button you can click, Setco career. You can see a lot of job positions apply for. If you do, please put me in as a reference. If I get a bonus because of you, I'll share it with you. Send me a message. Let me know if you gave me as a reference. Wet paint. So try to avoid hitting any lines. I don't want to paint my truck. Anyone coming into Jasper, you want to take these 3 lanes, not the lane I'm taking. This lane is for traffic that's just heading straight through the park and not stopping. If you're plan on stopping in the park and look at some of the wildlife, take those 3 lanes. But back to jobs. I looked at the job posting yesterday. There's tons of jobs that Setco is hiring. Setco is trying to grow the company into a bigger company, so they're just hiring like crazy. So I saw there's lots of jobs postings in British Columbia, in Alberta. I saw postings for Saskatchewan, Ontario, Toronto, Ontario, and Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, job postings. So hit us up, and there's links down below to James. He's our HR guy. Talk to them. See if you're interested in joining the team. like I said, if I get a bonus because of you guys, I'll share that bonus with you guys. So let me know. This is going to be a beautiful, beautiful drive. Oh, and if you guys have any questions, email me, leave a message here in the YouTubes. I'll answer all the questions I know the answers to. Try to get you to the person that can help you with those answers. Anything, feel free to ask. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful drive through Jasper National Park here. Turn cruise control on. Speed limit is 90 kilometers per hour. Find people usually do more than that, but there's also people that go way below the speed limit. So there's two types of people that come through this park. There's in a rush to get through, they speed like crazy, and also all the tourists, and they've never seen mountains before in their life, and they're crawling down the highway. Don't blame them. First time seeing these mountains is magical. Nothing like what you're watching on video. Like it's way beyond. The videos never do this justice. It's still really enjoyable to watch video. Like I've been saying, I've been watching a lot of Itchy Boots. Really enjoyable watching the video and seeing the different landscapes. Kind of jinxed myself yesterday. Remember I was talking about Jess isn't with, and without Jess along I don't see any wildlife. Shame I was not recording video, but yesterday evening, heading up here I loaded in Edson, Alberta. Heading up there, I was shortcutting from Calgary on Highway 20 and some other roads, shortcutting across. I was just driving along, speed limit 100 kilometers per hour, and all of a sudden a bear comes running out of the forest right in front of me. I had to hit the brakes hard, and he just barely made it across the road before I got there. Almost hit the bear. It was a big black bear. I'm like, well, I was complaining I didn't see any wildlife. I didn't want to see it that close. A little bit further away would have been acceptable. So 2 hours, that should bring us right up to Highway 5. So from the Jasper National Park, we should go through Mount Robson National Park all the way to Highway 5 and then head south. So should be a nice long 2 hour continuous take through Jasper and more. Unless we run into a lot of construction, we might not make it that far, but we'll see how far we do. Prepare to stop. Can't tell if they've got the slow sign up or the stop sign up. It says slow. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. construction is finished. All right. So wait, what's the speed limit? 70 or 90 now? Slow down for that little side road to 70. Do we remain at 70 or are we at 90? I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to do 70. My GPS says 90 though. But the GPSs can be wrong. Alright, looking for wildlife. Slow down to 70 ahead. So apparently it was 90. Oh well. I'm sure the guys behind me are grumpy and yelling at me, but see if we see any wildlife today. Sometimes you come through here, you see absolutely nothing for wildlife. Other times you see lots. So, Bighorn mountain sheep, elk, black bears. Sign looks like it's off. It says I'm doing 75. I don't feel like I'm doing 75. I thought I was doing 72. Anyway, 75 is still a reasonable speed. I'm pretty confident it's wrong. Because most of the time, the speed that's on my e-log matches the speed that those signs flash. Bighorn mountain sheep over here, mountain goats. Just Bighorn mountain sheep. There's also mountain goats. They're often in that area there, so not today. Come on, squirrel. Better hurry up. Oh, good. Change your mind, went the other way. Whew. Didn't want to be a squirrel murderer. I also wasn't going to slow down. Yeah, the only reason the speed limits are slow through Jasper here is because of wildlife. Beautiful lakes over here. It'd be a lot of fun to kayak. Wide load. Barely a wide load, but a wide load. I would guess 9.5 feet wide. Man, those are some spectacular mountains there ahead of us. Very lush and green here as well. Definitely got more rain here than video we shot a couple of days ago down in Washington and Oregon. get enough of this. This is just so beautiful. I never run through here that often. Well, not never, but I rarely run through here, so. I hope you guys are enjoying yourself as much as I am. This is some pretty epic landscape. Yeah, I saw that we have some new members, so I'll be pulling out my envelope and sending out some stickers out for those of you that did the $4.99 Canadian or higher tier supporting me. So thank you, really appreciate that. Of course, everybody that's been sticking around, also thank you. Actually, you know what? For those people that are not supporting me monetarily, thank you for watching right now. That is all the support I asked for. The comments, the subscriptions, and the thumbs ups, and the membership, and the thanks button below, that's all just icing on the top. I really, really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. And just a reminder that if you do become a member, your name will show up in the credits no matter what tier. And you get the bonus video every weekend no matter what tier. But your name won't show up in the credits for about 2 weeks from when you join. Maybe a little longer, maybe a little less. See if there's going to be any Bighorn mountain sheep around here. It's a Bighorn mountain sheep and mountain goats. Yes, Bighorn mountain sheep are the earth tone colored brown gray with the big horns, big horn. And mountain goats are the white ones. Always get those mixed up. The river's pretty full. This river is flowing, I'm not sure sure where this river is flowing. I believe it's flowing into Hudson Bay, but it could be flowing into the Arctic. Can't quite remember. I thought I educated myself last time I messed up the Continental Divide, but I guess I didn't educate myself enough. We will be driving over the Continental Divide, either in today's video or tomorrow's video. There's an elk, left-hand side. The car is pulled over to say hi to the elk. Looks like a cow. Driving into the sun, it gets a little toastier here in the truck. I was wondering if I should leave the ND filter on the camera or not, but I'm like, yeah, I think I will. Looks like it's fairly blue sky. Glad I did. I think I picked the right filter. I honestly haven't edited a single video with the filter on yet, other than the failed video on the weekend for the bonus video, the camera angle there. So we'll see. We'll see if the video is better or worse. Maybe you guys can tell me if some of you guys are much better at telling the difference between better and worse video and audio. Make sure you guys all click that little gear on the top and turn this into 4K, because YouTube will just automatically pick a setting. If you guys have higher speed internet, you should be able to get away with 4K. So pick the highest video you can without the video buffering. A water bottle. Drink a lot of water. And I do not drink a lot of pop or any sugary drinks. It's a huge habit of mine to be drinking pop for every meal, or iced tea or Kool-Aid or something like that. Always sugar drinks. I've eliminated that pretty good from my life. I still eat or drink pop and stuff when I go to a restaurant on the weekends every now, but It's a weekend thing for a meal or two. It's made me quite a bit healthier and feel better. Cold water is the way to go. Not to say that I eat healthy. Call me Cookie Monster for a reason. Now that I said it, I want a cookie. Dang it. They're out of reach, so I guess I won't be having a cookie for at least another hour and a half. Extra waters are within reach, though. That is by design, to keep my food out of reach. Still a lot of snow on that mountain.
I think a new driver. It has a green end on the tail, on the left back end of it. It's so hard to get it through a passing lane. It's a turning lane.
Must be oncoming whoever's
We'll
coming.
way out to Rexwood before she finishes.
Slow around the corners, very slow. They're not hitting the brakes, they're just going off throttle. Must be one of them Flatlander Albertans. low on blinker fluid, but well, they turned their blinkers on now. At least they're no longer in front of me. Come on, I thought I'd time this out for a green light. It's a longer red light than, oh, there we go. Longer red light than I thought it was going to be. Reading all the comments from, for you guys, it'll be 2 weeks ago now, about the shoulder cam. Thank you for all that input. Looks like most of you guys love the shoulder cam, so we're going to keep using it. I know I like it. My main reason for it is to break up the video. These one-take videos, I've watched some YouTube channels where it's just continuous one-take video, and I tend to get a little more bored of those, so by changing camera angle, it breaks the video up a little bit and keeps my attention more. So that's why I do the shoulder cam. It allows you guys to see my mirror, my steering wheel and gauges and stuff, and really it's my point of view, because I call it, I guess you guys started calling it shoulder cam, but it's the camera that literally sits over on top of my shoulder. As close to my point of view as possible. Right here. It's illegal to take trucks on Highway 93. Or else that'd be an awesome shortcut home. Jasper town, Jasper village is to the right here. So the glacier ice fields and all of that, Lake Louise, Banff. You want to turn south over here, a left-hand turn. You have to pay to drive on that road. Like I said, big rigs aren't allowed on it at all, but it's a beautiful drive. We've done it in the winter and in the summer. It's gorgeous. Straight ahead, Prince George and Kamloops. We're headed towards Kamloops. Prince George is where some of my family lives, and they're coming to visit us on the weekend. Hence why I requested a 3-day weekend. This is definitely a trucker's highway. A lot of loads heading to the coastline, either via Prince George to Prince Rupert or south towards Kamloops, then highway through Hell, and then to Vancouver. Our load's headed to Spokane. Highway 16, Yellowhead Highway, Trans-Canada Highway. Lots of trees. Lots and lots of trees. Hopefully this car needs a rest break soon. Because I think even if we get a passing lane, I don't know if I'll be able to pass them because they're going just below the speed limit. Just a terrible problem to have, just under the speed limit. Just a little bit annoying, but not terrible. Except everybody behind me, they all just see a big rig going slow, so everybody will be blaming me for being slow. They don't see the small minivan ahead of me. No stopping. Rockfall zone. We don't drive through an earthquake right now. Most of the rocks don't fall due to an earthquake. Most of the rocks fall in spring and fall. spring, as the snow melts, all the water flows into all the tiny cracks in all the rocks. So that all those cracks get filled up with water, and as the hot sun melts throughout the day, and then at night it freezes. All those cracks, all the water in those cracks freezes. What has happened to, if you throw a water bottle in the freezer, what happens to that water bottle? It expands, the lid blows off, bulges out like crazy. Water expands, so now all that water in that crack is expanding, basically being a big wedge, being a jackhammer on the rocks. So overnight, all of a sudden you have all these rocks coming down, big and small. Follow the same thing. Get some rain or snow during the day, kind of melts, goes into all the cracks. Overnight it freezes, and you got rocks all over. This time of year, June, shouldn't be much for rockfall. It's a passing area here. The problem is they're going just below the speed limit. I would have to speed quite a bit to get past them. As a rule, I'm not going to even attempt to pass a car on a passing lane like that unless it's a really long passing lane. If the car is going about 15 kilometers below the speed limit, then I will consider it. But just barely under the speed limit? Hello? Hi. Good, what's up? All right, Tuesday at 7 a.m. Perfect. I will take it. Thank you. You enjoy your long weekend as well. Bye. Sweet. Dispatch is so awesome. She called the customer I'm delivering this to. I didn't even think of it. It's 4th of July in the US. It's Canada Day tomorrow for me. 4th of July in the US for Monday. They're closed on Monday, so I can't deliver till Tuesday morning at 7 a.m. I will not complain. I get Friday off, Saturday off, Sunday off, and half of Monday off. 3.5 day weekend. I'll take it. Sure, that means less money on the next payday, but I'll tell you the truth, I don't care about money. As long as I'm making enough money to pay my bills, to have food and shelter, that's all I need. I don't need more. That's good to have more. That's where you can go on vacations and enjoy time with family and other countries and stuff like that. So it's good to have more. Also, it's good to save some and put it away and invest in other things. We have vacation coming up here in a couple of weeks. That vacation's paid off already. We don't go on vacation until it's paid. We are actually currently putting money into our other vacation in fall, going down to Texas, and it's almost paid off for. We're about $1,000 short on that vacation. So our fall vacation is $1,000 short. So once we have the money put aside for that, we're going to start saving up money for our Belize vacation next year in February-ish. We're still in Jasper, but that was the park entrance. The Belize vacation, I am blessed enough to have my flights paid for to go down to Belize. May rent a vehicle down there this time. We'll see. Sign says closed. This video is brought to you by Sutco Transportation. Sutco is hiring Class 1 drivers in Alberta and British Columbia. Go to sutco.ca to apply and use promo code QUADFAN to get an extra $100 on your first payday. This is part 2, our drive through Jasper and Mount Robson National Park. We're actually out of Jasper now, and if you want to see Jasper, head to yesterday's video. Highway 16 westbound, June 30th. It is now 9:26 p.m. 8 p.m. a.m. 9:26 a.m. Yeah, the time zone changed as we crossed the border as well. Looks like some people have been motivated to pass now. There's a lot of movement in that minivan in front of us. The driver is distracted and moving a lot, moving to the center console, moving, maybe looking on the rear seat. Super distracted driver ahead of us. It's now 14 degrees Celsius. It's a beautiful day. Barely any clouds in the sky. So all of this water and all the rivers we see now all flow into the Pacific Ocean. Beautiful mountains through here as well. Yeah, we should easily get on to Highway 5 on this video. Should make it all the way from the British Columbia border, British Columbia Alberta border, the Continental Divide, make it all the way to Highway 5. Basically, the very north end of Highway 5, the Coquihalla Highway Through Hell is the very south end of Highway 5. The north end of Highway 5 doesn't have any fancy name. Not that I know of. Maybe it does. I don't know it if it does. Obviously not as famous, so I don't know it. Yellowhead Mountain, that sign said, to our right hand side. We cannot see that mountain. I can't see it either, don't worry. I'm missing it as well. In fact, you guys see more than I do. 2 reasons. I am so focused on the road, I do not see the mountains like you guys are seeing them. And the camera is right against the windshield, so you don't have a ceiling above you that blocks your view. Like that mountain in front of us right now, I can't see the top of it. And of course there's the A post, there's so many blind spots in the big grid, so you guys are seeing more than I am. you guys feel like running that minivan in front of us off the road yet? I do. I know I said yesterday's video that it's okay, they're only going a little bit below the speed limit. I know, relax, it's okay. It's okay. I sure hope they're getting tired and need to pull over for a break soon. Fraser River. Fairly big river up here even. This far north. Fraser River flows to Prince George and then it heads south. All the way to Hope and then to Vancouver. Very simplified, but yes, that's what. Not sure exactly where the source of the Fraser River is, but tell you one thing what going just below the speed limit does. Make a long line behind you. There's a motorcycle back there, poor guy. Just wants to enjoy this drive. Yes, I know. The big rigs behind me are getting on my bumper. They're starting to get impatient as well. Going, can we go yet? We're on a timeline here. We only have so many hours to get home, and it's a long weekend. I'd love to go out for fireworks with my family, and if you don't get moving here quickly, I'm not going to make it home for the weekend. My GPS says there's no highway scales ahead. I know for a fact there are two. One in about 50 kilometers and then another one by Kamloops. I could take the Vernon way home and there'd be a scale in Vernon then, but I'd skip the scale in Kamloops. I mean, I'd have to drive through Kelowna a long weekend evening. No thank you. We're gonna take Highway 5 all the way to there. Reach back, grab a water bottle out of the fridge. Rest back down, nice and comfy. It is a relaxing drive. It is that. It'd be cool if we could run with cruise control though. Even more relaxing then. Now, like I said in yesterday's video, Highway 16, a lot of trees. Flash my rear facing LED lights and it's like pulled over on the shoulder. Make it really easy for the motorcycle. Get going before the corner just in case there's oncoming traffic. He waved in appreciation. I guess he or she, they waved in appreciation. last weekend, pulled up to Chevron gas station, went in to get some food. And outside was a bike, old school Harley. I'm like looking at the bike, bags on the side. I'm like, this is a hardcore Harley rider. This is old school hardcore. Harley is my life. I was expecting a big tattooed burly man inside. Motorcycle club jackets. Walk in, I'm like, okay, where's our biker? It's like a hardcore biker. Definitely hardcore, old school biker. But she's like 80 years old. Sitting there having a meal. I'm like, nice, I appreciate that. Need more women to be riding out there. And there's quite a few women riding bikes, but still not equal. We need more women out there, and especially of all ages. Some older riders out there. Some people to look up to. I believe this lake is called Moose Lake. This car in front of us is starting to speed up a little more. I think it's been passed by enough people that they're realizing it's okay to drive the speed limit. GPS says another 8 hours till we get home. Oh, there's a train. Didn't hear a honk back. Sometimes you get a honk back. Looks like it's all oil cars. Well, it looks like our slow car is no longer the slow car. Car passed on a double solid with oncoming vehicles. Pretty brazen. Our slow car is gonna pass. Nice. get past this black car, I know there's an RV up ahead that's going to be slow as well. So I'm not going to be too desperate to pass this black car. If it wasn't for oncoming traffic, that would have been a good spot to pass. We're doing about 10 kilometers below the speed limit. So it has to be a pretty darn good passing zone to get past them. Oh! Wow, that's appreciated. I always say it's okay to be slow as long as you use the pullouts. And they're using the pullouts, so thank you. I appreciate drivers like you. So if you guys ever wonder about my hand position, I have, everybody always says hand position over here, you know, 2 and 11 or 2 and 10. That's if the airbag blows up, you don't have to get your hand in your face. Well, big rigs don't have airbags. At least not a single big rig I have been in has had an airbag. No passenger airbag, no steering wheel airbag, no curtain airbags. We do not have airbags. Why? I don't know. I've seen accidents where guys put his head through the windshield. I think we could probably use some airbags, but there must be a reason why not. So usually I position, well, I change position a lot, but I hold my hands in a place that I don't have to do anything. Like here, gravity is pulling my hand down, so I try to position my hand in a spot that I just let my hand hang there and gravity will naturally, like right now, if I let go, the truck will head toward the ditch. So I need to pull slightly, because of the crown of the road, the truck will always head for the ditch. So if I put my hand on this side and gravity is slightly pulling down on it, I just can relax my hand here, super relaxed driving, and just put a little bit of input left and right. These, and it's pretty much stress-free, relaxed driving that way. I think other questions I've been asked. Oh, this is like an old school Kenworth W900L truck. So people assume this truck is like from the 60s. It's this, maybe not as far back as the 60s, but it still has exactly that same look. This is a brand new truck. This truck has been on the highway for 1 year. Almost exactly a year. And it's only got 197,365 kilometers on it. So they still make these old school trucks. brand new in the factory, still handmade. All the bends are done by hand on brakes. So the truck has DEF, and it has modern electronics in it. But luckily not as much modern electronics. Like I still have air hoses coming to my cab that go to my rear diff lock. When I lock my diff, you hear the hiss. There's no wiring going back there. I found that diff locks with wiring, snow hangs off of them and starts corroding them. There's always issues with them here in the Canadian winters. This truck has been just marvelous. And with electric locks, you never know when they actually lock in. Sometimes it takes a while to lock it in. This is air. You hear the click, you hear the hiss. You know when it's locked in. So I really love this truck. By far my favorite truck I've ever driven yet. I've driven old school Pete. That was what, 3 or 4 years old. And then before that I had the International Pro Star. It's the 3 trucks that I've driven the most. The Peterbilt I only drove for about a year. And I tell you, a Peterbilt is loud. It does not have the insulation of the Kenworths. This Kenworth is so much nicer and quiet. So it's a rented RV, by far the worst RVs on the highway because it means the driver doesn't feel comfortable driving the RV, so they usually drive quite a bit slower and make some maneuvers on the highway that RVs are not capable of, so they're more dangerous drivers. I don't know this highway well enough to know if there's any passing lanes coming up. I'm sure haven't had any passing lanes since, well, it was in Jasper we had our last passing lane. Well, it's been a while. So, hey British Columbia, could you get on it and add some passing lanes to Highway 16? That'd be cool. Oh, you're spending all your money trying to repair Highway, or the Coquihalla and Highway 3 for all the flooding? No, okay. Also spending a lot of money into Trans-Canada Highway 1, 4-laning it. Oh yeah, I never really talked about this load yesterday. Load at Edson, Alberta. I was just kind of thinking in the back of my head, I'm like, sometimes these places like to overload you in weight. Like, how much weight am I willing to go over? I'm like, I can run low on fuel. I'm in a bit of a rush. I just want to go home. Like, if they're a little bit over, I'll just take the load. It's U.S. weight. Short run into the U.S. If it's just a little way I can run on low on fuel and be okay. Get loaded, jump out of the cab, look at my gauges, and I'm like, yikes! Guys, I'm not even legal in Canada, let alone the U.S., so no. No, I can't take this. You must remove. He goes, how many bundles do I have to remove? I'm like, I don't know. How much does one bundle weigh? About 200 kilograms. I'm like, take one bundle off then. He made me weigh myself first, and then I gave him the numbers. Yeah, you take one bundle off. So now I am actually 10 pounds over legal weight in the U.S. So what I thought was a little bit over for the U.S. weight, yeah, 10 pounds. I'm happy with 10 pounds over. I can easily run a little bit less fuel for those 10 pounds, but I don't need to. I feel comfortable running full tank of fuel. But yeah, I would have been 4,300, something like that, pounds overweight. Can't do that. That's just a wee little bit too much. They were nice about it. But I was in a rush, darn it. What if these RVs are speed limited? So rest area, 2.6 kilometers. Let's hope this RV takes it. If I wasn't shooting video, I would. Just for the sake of changing traffic ahead of me. Although I'd probably catch up with someone new to be aggravated at. And yeah, I'm not really aggravated. Just a little bit. Just a tiny little bit. I'm a pretty happy person. But really, there's not much else to talk about. There's beautiful mountains, lots of trees, and traffic. Traffic is going to pick up more and more as I go throughout the day. By the evening, it'll be bumper to bumper traffic, but get through as much as we can. Of course, now that the speed limit's down to 70, they're pulling away from me. lights, signal light. Nice. Yeah, looks like we're stopping for construction. Which means I'm stuck behind someone new right away again. There is no stop here. Looked like traffic was stopped, but everything's moving again now. Looked like he just threw his slow sign into the back of the pickup. Robson River. Hammer down. There is an RV ahead of us. I guess that's the end of Robson National Park. Mount Robson National Park. Now we're just in Crown Land. Passing lane in 2 kilometers. If it's uphill, I probably can't pass the RV, but if it's not uphill, I should be able to get past them. Looks like there's some flooding going on here. The water's pretty high. This is also a rented RV by the same company. Let's take a peek. No, there's oncoming traffic. And there's a passing lane in 2 kilometers. What am I even doing? uphill and I'm going to pass them? Right, trip keeps. I haven't done that yet. I'll do that right after this video. RV, don't you dare pass me. Pretty good snow-covered mountains up there. Get some open highway for a little bit. This is nice. This is nice. I know I'm not going to get much of this. Because it's, well, going into a holiday. But this is definitely nice. Enjoy it while I can. A scale coming up here soon. I'm pretty sure it's an eastbound only scale. So keep an eye out for it anyway, but I don't think we would be pulled into that scale if it was open. us over. Report to scale. So it is eastbound and westbound. Sign says closed. Nobody around. Highway 5.
In 700 meters, be in the left lane. Then keep left to Highway 5 South.
Oh, a gorgeous mountain there.
Keep left to Highway 5 South.
Okay, how are we doing in fuel? Right at 7 hours 18 minutes. We have about 8 hours of fuel on board, so I don't have to fuel until we're home, I guess. If you stay on this highway, you end up on Coquihalla Highway through hell. As you get further south, but that's Coquihalla is probably, I'd say 6.5, well, maybe about 6 hours away. Here my GPS says the speed limit is 50 kilometers per hour. Yeah, it can be wrong sometimes. We're not doing 50. We're trying to do 100. Oh, now the GPS on 70. Oh, I haven't switched to 100. Still some spectacular mountains way off in the background there too. Rest area here at 6 kilometers. I'll pull in there and call it a day, and then I'll send in our trip sheet. Make sure I get paid for all the miles and all my waiting time and all that. So huge thank you for you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the 2-part trip through along Highway 16 through the national parks. I always enjoy the drive. So, thank you for watching. And then, of course, like I said, all the rest is icing on the top. So, if you guys want to help me out by hitting that thanks button below. Nobody's done it yet, so maybe someday someone will hit that thanks button. Also, join button gets your name on the credits at the end of the video. Also, bonus video tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow. Sometimes it comes out on Sunday. Depends on how busy my weekend is. I see more and more of you guys commenting down below and asking questions. I love it. I can answer most of the questions, not all of them, but if I can't answer a question, guess what? I'm human. I don't know all the answers. I won't give you a BS answer that I don't know. If I don't know, you'll know I don't know. It's been a really busy week. Really busy, but it's been a good week. And even though it's only a 4-day week for me, it feels like it's been a full week. Here's that rest area. So thanks again, guys. I'm out of here. You guys absolutely rock. I won't honk at these nice people.
Turn right on Highway 5.